Hi, this is Austin, Guy768, doing a turtle video on how to and my new baby turtles that I just got in today. I was going to do an unboxing, but I decided against it. This is my red-eared slider, which I've had for about 3 months now, but when I got him, he was already about 3 months old. My friend sort of just threw him at me and said, "Here, you're keeping this." I was like, alright, I like turtles, so why not? Had an experience with him. Figured out how they're supposed to be. You know, what you're supposed to do with them. Did all my research after I had them, which is a mistake. You never want to do that, because you always want to know what you need to do and need to have for them to be healthy. This one was about to die, and she didn't have any lighting or anything. She was keeping him in a 2.5 gallon tank with barely any water in it. Was feeding him 1 pellet a day. He was about the size of what she got him at, which is what you can normally get him now. A little bit bigger than a quarter. Feeding him 1 pellet of food a day, and wasn't growing at all. Okay, he is in now his big 40 gallon tank. And right now his light isn't in here because I have the babies with the light, but this thing is pretty noisy, which is one thing I don't like, and it's a one that hangs on the side, but I just gotta deal with it. And then I have this one from the 10 gallon that the babies are now in, but they're too small for me to put this in there because they can't use that much water. This is his basking platform. So what you basically need for a turtle to live is plants, stuff for him to swim around in, hide. You need a filter. And I've seen a lot of things with people saying 6 gallons of water per inch or 10 gallons of water per inch of the turtle. You know, I don't know, I was keeping him in the 10 gallon and he was about 2.5 inches. Now he's about 3 inches. Well, getting a little bit bigger, but I'm keeping him in this 40 gallon because that's what I bought. And you need a heater and then a high power filter. This filter is for a 55 gallon tank because turtles are messy. I have, oh no, it's a 45 gallon. Yeah, 45 gallon. And then I have this 15 gallon one right here. So, you know, you need a lot of it. And then you need somewhere for them to get completely dry, because they have to do that every day. And you need a UVB and UVA bulb, and you need some sort of heat. Now, I don't have the heat one, but the light produces a little bit of heat, and when it's laying right here across, he's close enough to where it gives him enough heat. Okay, now my babies, I got 2 Eastern painted turtles, babies, from Reptile City. I've never ordered from them. I've never ordered from anybody online. Was shocked at the price of shipping, but learned to deal with it. Okay, so here's one now. And this one, my mom almost thought was dead when it first came in because it wasn't moving at all. And I mean, I know that it wasn't dead because I went and I checked each of its feet and its tail for responses, and it started moving. But their names are Mustang and Sally. And this one right here, the way I can tell the difference is Sally is the smaller one out of the 2. Let me see. That's Sally. And then Mustang was over here basking, because here's the lamp. Was over here basking, but now he decided to get in the water in the little rock. And so that's Mustang over there. And I don't have, usually the people will send you little baby food things, and well, I have this guy over here, and where is he at? Over here. And he eats this Reptomen 3-in-1 with the krill and the shrimp and the sticks. And I can't feed those to the babies, obviously way too small, so I just crushed up some krill from there until I get the baby pellets, because this company didn't give me any of the baby food. And so I crushed up some krill and I gave it to him, and Sally isn't eating very much. I don't know, she's very small. Well, I'm gonna say it's a she. You know, you can't really tell. But since I named it Sally, it's gonna be a she. And Sally isn't very active. It did just come through the mail and everything, so I'd be kind of frightened too. And so for these type of turtles, you need to have them where they're be able to be completely underwater, even if they're babies, to move around and swim around. So when they get older and you keep them in a tank like this that's almost all the way filled up with water, they'll know how to swim. Because what I was doing with my red-eared slider, which I named Leonidas, well, I didn't name it, my friend named it Leonidas, I was keeping them in about this much water, and he was about 2.5 inches. He didn't know how to swim, which for turtles it's like, oh, they know how to swim. Well, he didn't know how to swim. I put him in the 10-gallon and filled it up to about here, and I wouldn't say he almost drowned, but he struggled, and he's a good swimmer now. I got him used to it with this 10-gallon tank. And I know a lot of people are like, oh, don't put shells or something that he can swallow, or that your turtles can swallow. But he doesn't eat it because I give him enough food. A lot of people are like, well, I give him like 4 pellets a day, you know, for this size. No, I give him like 5 pellets a day, plus a bunch of krill and a bunch of shrimp. And then I used to have, which he already ate them all, the crickets. I got 10 crickets and it lasted me a week. It plus the pellets and everything like that. And then I have these fish in here. They're goldfish, but they're too big for him to eat. And I got 7 minnows and 3 goldfish. He ate the minnows, and I was keeping them in the 10-gallon, the fish in the 10-gallon before I, you know, got the babies. And so that's where they would live. And I'm not going to get feeder fish yet until I can get these babies in here. So that'll be a very long time. Well, unless I get another tank or something. Because I was going to breed guppies. Because he loves guppies. I bought 5 guppies for him to have his little friends in there. He ate them. And he won't eat goldfish. He ate the tail off of that one back there. You can't really tell. And it's actually growing back. He ate the tail off the other one and it got sick. So I gave it to as a pet to my little brother. But he won't eat these shells either. He picks them up and arranges them because they were scattered all over. But now he doesn't mess with them. And so I'm going to take these out, and my friend, she likes shells, so I was going to give them all to her. And plus her hermit crab needs a wall, and then I'm giving her that shell for her hermit crab. It's from Puerto Rico, and that's all the boxes from when the turtle came. And so that's pretty much it. You need a tank, a turtle, some sort of plants for him to hide and run through and play, somewhere for him to get completely dry, and high-powered filters, and then the light. And so that's pretty much it. Thanks for watching my video.